Everybody, please take a look at this headline right here because I think it sums up what I've been saying for quite some time. In fact, for 9 years, that Donald Trump is an extremely dangerous human being. By the way, if you want to understand a bit more about how we got here and where it could possibly end up, hey, get the electronic version of the book for less than the price of a cup of coffee. But anyway, let's go back to the headline. So the headline points out that the intelligence community inside the United States government has told Donald Trump and his team that any Iranian action that we may have, whether it's just simply bombing or maybe even putting sabotage troops on the ground, is not going to work because the regime is too embedded. So why are we doing this anyway? Well, you've got to remember that Donald Trump, as a malignant narcissist and a sociopath, believes he knows more about anything than anybody in the history of all mankind. Remember, he stated, I'm a very stable genius with a very high IQ. Therefore, how could I possibly be wrong? Well, he does this because of the extremely low self-esteem and his fake grandiosity, hence the gold face, the modern-day equivalent of Henry VIII's codpiece. So the fact remains that unless Donald Trump is reined in, he cannot be controlled. That's not going to happen. You can't argue with him. You can't sit down and have a rational conversation. Hey, boss, this isn't going to work, and here's why. Because he believes he knows more than anybody about, well, he's actually said, I know more about fighting wars than my generals. He truly 100% believes it because remember, also, he's in addition to being a malignant narcissist, he's also a sociopath. He doesn't care if people get hurt. In fact, he gets off on it because he has zero empathy. So that's why we are where we are. It's very simple. Donald Trump believes he knows more about anything, and he also, with the sadistic tendencies he has as part of the Dark Triad, which is on the front cover of the book, by the way, I do explain it, is why we ended up where we are. Anyway, if you want to understand what the Dark Triad is, how we ended up here, please get the electronic version of the book for less than the price of a cup of coffee, as I said, or get the paperback, if I could reach it, for roughly $10. You'll understand exactly what we got here. There's tons of references just to prove I'm not making shit up. You'll be smarter than your mates, and most importantly, you'll understand what's going on. You'll become a Trump whisperer, and you will be on the right side of history.